All right. Hello, everyone. This is Katrina Green. I'm a certified health coach. I'm actually Coke certified, and just to clarify, that is with the Center of Obesity Prevention and Education, and that's through Villanova University School of Nursing. So anyway, we're going to get started with our team here. I'm going to go ahead. I hear some background noise. So I'll go ahead and mute, and then you guys know how you can unmute, correct?
Really? Then the night bowling?
Okay, my mute is not working. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys. So lots going on in the team room, and lots of great information shared this week. We don't have to go over all the daily readings, but my goodness, there's been some good ones. Definitely want to make sure that we spend some time tonight talking about the weekly healthy webinar on the mindfulness and the breathing techniques, and then the weekly client support call that talks about the importance of support. So why don't we start with today's reading? Today's reading was Health is Not a Destination, and I love this because a lot of the clients that I work with do oscillate and do struggle with yo-yoing. And so when you've got a mindset that health is not a destination, it's something ongoing, it helps eliminate that tendency to yo-yo. So what did you guys think about today's daily reading? Did you get a chance to read it? And so I'm going to unmute you, and hopefully we don't have background noise. Okay. So, Sarah, did you get a chance to read today's daily reading?
I did.
Yeah.
Kind of something I figured out about, I don't know, at least a year or two ago, that it's definitely not, it's something that is a lifelong commitment, not just a one-time thing or a short period of time.
And,
so, yeah.
And Kaylee, I know with your husband being a technician himself, you had to love the analogy between health and or taking care of your own body being like how important it is to take care of your car. Did you get a chance to read that today?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Did you like that analogy?
Yes, I did read that, and I thought that was awesome. You're breaking up, and we're driving, so I'm like holding it to my ear, and I didn't hear my name. So sorry.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So yeah,
I thought that was great. I thought, I was thinking how, geez. Jake's gonna get us in an accident. I was thinking of how he's constantly talking about, keeping up on the oil or whatever maintenance on the car, and I was like, I hear that all the time. I need to have maintenance on myself, and keeping myself well oiled or not oiled.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's kind of like I loved the picture that they gave us on. You can drive your car for a long, long, long time without changing the oil, right? You can drive your car, and it can look completely fine, might even sound fine, but eventually what's going to happen is the car is going to stop working because it's going to, corrode and the oil is going to be gone. So I thought about it. It's the same way with our bodies. Our bodies will run for us for years and years and years with eating badly and not drinking our water, but eventually it's going to catch up. And so I just love that analogy. I think it'll help a lot of us just remember that it's daily movements that's so important. So that's good. I'm glad you guys got a chance to check that out. And then I also liked in that article where it talked about, in this day and age, so many people are medicated, right? Whatever symptoms they might be facing. Oh, bless you, whoever's sneezing.
Thank you.
Goodness gracious. Anyway, so, when we're medicating, we're treating a symptom, and that symptom is our body telling us it's not healthy. And I was just thinking about even before I'd gone to and found out what my food intolerances were. I used to take 3 different medications for my allergies, the seasonal allergies. And now through knowing what my food intolerances are, And if you guys haven't done that, I really do encourage you both to do that. I've been able to lower the inflammation in my body, and I now just use one over-the-counter spray, which is, a huge improvement over, what I used to face. So anyway, okay. The other thing that I thought was interesting in that article, and I don't know if it kind of stuck out to you guys, but Dr. Anderson, he says that he thinks that we've gotten kind of comfortable with the term overweight. He says overweight really is just a state of pre-obesity, just a state of also non-sickness. Did you guys catch that when you were reading?
Yeah, and I think it also depends on the group you're around, because if you circulate around people that are your similar size, even if you're all overweight, then you don't feel any different. But if you have smaller friends, then you're going to start kind of noticing like, hey, I'm the big one here.
Right. Well, and you know what? That's going to segue nicely into the weekly client support information, where the doctor, oh my goodness, I'm going to blank on his name right now. It wasn't Dr. Anderson. It was another doctor.
Chiropractor.
A chiropractor. Yeah. And he talked about the importance of support. And it goes along that same thing that you're talking about, Sarah. 68% of Americans are overweight or obese. So it's easy, to find yourself in groups where the majority of people are overweight or obese, because the majority of Americans are overweight or obese. So he really talked about the importance of support. And that's why this community is so important, coming together with people that are like-minded and can share ideas and support each other in our health journey. So I'm kind of curious from both of you. Haley, we'll start with you. What other forms of support do you have for your health journey other than the Thin It to Win It challenge? Where else do you get support for your health journey?
I have support from my oldest daughter.
Okay.
Because there's a couple times where she's like, she'll say, she says it, and I don't like the way that she phrases it, but she says you can't have this or that.
Mm-hmm,
and
it's
not that I can't, it's that I don't want it, and I'm not going to eat it.
Yes.
And so, other than that, I mean, it's people that I work with, my boss and my coworker, they're active, they're concerned about their health, and so that makes it good at work, because it's not, if we have a lunch meeting out or whatever, we can all agree on something healthier rather than,
right,
the office ordering a bunch of pizza or whatever.
Right, and they're also not bringing in a bunch of donuts and donuts sitting around or something unhealthy. Great, good. And I think you have at least one friend that's health-minded, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I have a few he said aside from the challenge, and I'm like, the challenge is also my life and my church and my friends. So.
Sure. Good. Awesome. Okay, how about you, Sarah? Who else supports you on your health journey? Who are your lifelines?
Well, let's see. Other than you, right?
Yeah.
Well, my kid, I think because I've been on this for like 3 years now, this little journey of mine, this transformation. My kids are really on board. My husband's pretty good. He likes to eat out a lot, but I can make choices. It's my choice. And I think as a family we're really active, and we try to stay physically fit and whatnot. But I have a lot of clients that are supportive, not only yourself but other people who are like-minded people like that come in regularly. And I don't hang out with a lot of friends, but I have a few close friends that we're all on a journey here.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this. What are your strategies, because we all have these people in our life also, with handling sabotagers? Well, first off, do you have those in your life? Do you have those people that know that you're focused on health, and yet, put you in situations.
Ouch!
Ouch! You little.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh my goodness! We have that on video. You busted that, but
I'll go first.
okay, yeah, I think you should, Sarah.
So my husband used to sabotage me, like the first probably half of this legged journey here, the half of my 3 years. He used to sabotage me and always like he'd want, to go get sweets and food, and then he'd go to the gym and work out crazy for 2 hours and it'd be gone, and then I'd be 5 pounds heavier. So what I got him to do was I said, I will go out to eat with you if afterwards we can go run the track at school or play soccer or do something together so that I can also work off the fat that I intake.
Okay.
So that's how we worked through that, because he got, men can eat more than we can, let's face it, without gaining weight. And it's really not fair, but I think, if you demonstrate to them how you want to be healthy and happy, I think they will be on board.
Sure.
My husband, I converted him.
Okay, but it's interesting. You shared, Sarah, that you've been on this journey for 3 years. And the first half of the year, the half of the journey, that's a year and a half. So for a year and a half, it was a battle zone.
Probably, yeah. And there's still times when he, oh, come on, you can do this or that just once or whatever. But really, I mean, that's my bargaining chip. If you want to do that, then we have to go to a park or to the school or somewhere, and we have to exercise. Okay. Because there has to be a balance.
Cool. I think that's a great share, Sarah. What do you think, Kaylee?
Notice my husband wasn't in the room.
I think that's awesome.
Okay.
I think that my husband would probably not eat that. If I were to tell him, sure, you can go have that cheeseburger as long as we go and work out, he'll be like, fine, I'll eat your spaghetti squash. And then not work out, which is a win.
Okay.
But it's difficult because there's times where he doesn't really like the things that I'm making, and I don't want to make anything. And I don't want to make double the meals or anything like that. So I think that's where we struggle. Is he is a man's man and wants nothing but meat and carbs.
Right. Okay. So, I think it, maybe is encouraging what Sarah shared, in that, it takes time. You are newer on this eating program, and, you're still finding out those things that you like versus what you like. And then, maybe also, Sarah, does your husband ever cook?
Yeah, if I'm working.
Okay.
But I usually have food in the fridge. But when I cook, he loves meat and carbs also. I mean, that's a huge we eat Mediterranean food, and there's a lot of meat and carbs. Bread, rice, and meat are the staples. And I make that for him, and then for myself, I'll throw a pot of vegetables in or grill extra vegetables, and I'll eat 2 ounces or 3 ounces of meat to mostly vegetables, and I just try to skip the carbs, or I have very little. So that way I'm not cooking 3 meals, because for a while I'd cook the kids want this, my husband wants that, and I'm eating this, and so I'd make 3 different things.
Yeah.
And some nights there are still nights where I have to do that, and that's okay. I want to eat healthy, so that's what I have to do.
I'm a little more stubborn than
I was gonna say, can I turn the camera now?
Trust me, because I'm stubborn too. It's taken, this has been 3 years to lose 60 pounds, 70 pounds, so.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great job. Okay, so I think that was good. But I would say, what I heard over and over again, and what I hear over and over again, is having a plan really helps. Planning those meals out. And then I think also, just before we leave this topic, I would say also, making sure that those conversations about the importance of support are happening outside of mealtime, right? Outside, so that you can get on the same page before you're actually sitting down to eat. Okay, good. All right, well, I think that was great dialogue, and before I get anybody in any more trouble, I better move on. Anyway, let's talk about the weekly healthy webinar that had the mindfulness exercise in it with basically de-stressing and concentrating on our breathing to refocus. I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts were on that.
I got a brief summary from you, but I haven't actually watched the webinar yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Did you get a chance to watch it, Sarah?
I did. I watched it at about 10 o'clock or so last night, and as I followed along the breathing, I like curried up and went to bed right after
So
that.
it really helped.
that's awesome.
Well, I mean, it was like 10 o'clock at night, so, you know, that's my bedtime.
Yes. Yes.
So here I am shutting my eyes and breathing and
Okay. Did you find?
chanting, and I was...
I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish, Sarah.
Oh, and then the thing ended, and I didn't know what happened.
Oh yeah, it did end kind of abruptly, but you know the thing that I really have found is that when you do that, you will find yourself subconsciously almost taking a really deep breath. You know, I don't know if you ever experienced that when you're reading and it's like all of a sudden you settle down and you take a deep breath. But I was sharing with Cheryl, and I don't know how much of it you caught before you jumped on, Sarah, but Oprah Winfrey actually did a whole segment on this. They followed around a crazy mom, you know, well, she wasn't crazy, you know, crazy busy. And, you know, she's busy with her kids, and they monitored that she really wasn't breathing enough throughout her day. And it was causing all sorts of adverse health effects, one of which was high blood pressure. They actually found that the stress of this poor mom, you know, was causing her high blood pressure. So anyway, they did all this, you know, work with her. And the big thing was they really had her focus on breathing. And when she found herself stressed out, to stop and just really concentrate. And it's that belly breathing, you know, that deep breathing where we're not just shallow chest breathing. And she actually focused on that. And then even after a day, she was able to lower her blood pressure. So I just thought it was huge. And when you get a chance to get through it, Kaylee, I'm sure you're going to find the same thing. I look forward to hearing your feedback when you do get a chance, because I can tell you can see the chatter on the challenge wall. It's really gotten a lot of positive feedback. So check that out, and then I'd love to hear what you're thinking. Anyway, okay, so kind of the last thing I had for you guys is I wanted to talk to you guys about the ebook minute. And the ebook minute basically ended with asking, what does optimal health look like to you? And I think that's a really important question for us to just, you know, stop a moment on. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on what does optimal health mean to you?
Can I talk?
Yes.
For me, I was thinking about that actually when I was reading today too, and I really just want to be able to go for bike rides with my kids and, you know, like take them hiking and, you know, like, you know, play, just do whatever I want to do outside and not feel like, oh, I won't be able to do that. You know, there's a fear that I have right now that I'm not capable of doing it. And I want to do things, even if it's my first time and there's that fear of not knowing how to do it. It's not a fear of not thinking that I'm capable of doing it. Does that make sense?
And when you say capable, Kaylee, do you mean that you won't be able to finish the length, or you'll be so out of breath that you'll have to stop, or what does that look like?
Well, both, probably. Like, you know, we've wanted to go to Multnomah Falls since we've moved here, and we haven't done it because I just don't think that we can do it.
Okay.
You know, and not me, you know. And
well,
I want to be able to do it and enjoy it, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, that might come in parts. But, you know, because you're going to feel so good that you're able to do it, that, you know, the side effect of maybe feeling a little spent will be worth it. But I can tell you, Kaylee, based on the walks and the things you're doing now, you can do it, girl. You got it. Got it. Okay?
I'm gonna do it one day.
Do not hit Daddy's car with those. No.
If you don't, you can call me up and tell me all about it. Okay? But you've got it. You're walking 6 miles a week, friend. Just slow and steady. You won't be able to run it. What do you think about that, Sarah?
Well, I think you asked me like a year or so ago what I thought that picture was, and I had no idea even what you were talking about. Like, I obviously had no picture in my head of optimal health. But I think basically before Kaylee even answered, that was pretty much my answer. Like, being able to easily do things with ease, not have to like be out of breath from, playing with the kids or walking, or just being able to easily. And when you feel better and you weigh a little bit less and you're, at a closer to your goal weight, you want to move around and walk around more. And that's what I was looking for, just the desire and the ability to be able to exercise and move freely and enjoy life, really.
Love it. Love it. Well, I love that you guys have both spent some time thinking about it, right? If you don't know what you're working towards, it's kind of hard to get there. So I know that both of you are doing things on a daily basis to get yourself closer there. I know that you're both working on your activity, and getting more motion incorporated into your day. And Sarah, I know you sleep beautifully, that you don't have an issue. And Kaylee, I know we've been talking about that for you, that it's kind of the first domino for everything else. And then your water, your water is the other thing. Were you going to say something, Kaylee?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you guys have anything for me? We're at day 21 of the challenge. That's 3 weeks in. So you should be at about 50% of your points. That kind of is a gauge for you, especially if you started towards the actual beginning of this challenge. So how do you guys feel about where you're at the halfway point?
My points are good. I still have 5 pounds, just over 5 pounds to lose.
Okay. Okay, so you have 3 weeks. That should be doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. All right. How about you, Sarah? How do you feel about where you're at 3 weeks into the challenge?
You said we have 3 weeks left or 2 weeks left?
3.
I think I'm fine.
Good. Good.
I don't know. You see how many points and everything has, right?
Right. But
I think I have like 3.36. Wow, I just saw the moon. Sorry. It's huge. Well, let me see if you can get a shot of this. Can you see that?
No.
It's right in between the houses.
No. It's too bright.
You got to go outside. It's huge.
I will.
Yeah. Okay, so I have like 3.36 pounds or something to lose, and I think I'm at 200 and some odd points. So I think I'm good. I was hoping for a little bit more loss, but I think for about a week I stayed the same.
Sure. Maybe stress or something.
I had a plateau. Well, I don't know, because now this week I've lost a bunch. I don't know.
That's a good thing to bring up. A lot of my clients, Sarah, do stair step. A lot. I have others that are just this slow, gradual loss, but I have others that are real stair steps. And, especially being female, there are a lot of factors that factor into that, throughout the month. So anyway, okay, good. So how do you guys feel about the challenge itself? Because you're both new to it. And what's your kind of midpoint evaluation about the challenge?
I think it's good. It's a good motivator.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I really love the accountability. The weekends are hard for me to always remember to log in and do things, because usually, don't tell my boss this, but I do that when I get to work in the morning. Mm-hmm. So, like the weekends when things get busy, I have a hard time remembering to log in and get my points, but I still can, catch myself. I don't think I did it Sunday at all, but Saturday I did. So I'm at like 250 something points. So I think, you're
on track.
It's exciting for me. Like any little trigger that you get points for, I really like that. Yeah. Because I feel like it's, success, like if I'm on my eating plan, that's not only benefiting me and my weight loss goals, but it's, I'm earning points too. So those things make me excited.
Cool. The reason I'm asking is because there is talk of doing one in January. And, you know, it's a perfect time of year to do a health challenge because everybody, for the wrong reasons, usually because they've overdone it for the holidays. But so there is talk of doing one in January. So I just was curious if you guys, you know, were getting value out of this and would be interested, you know, in perhaps doing another challenge if they do one.
I definitely would.
I would probably do it again.
Okay, cool, great. All right, so do you guys have any questions for me? Anything I can help you with this upcoming week?
No, ma'am.
All right, all right. What do you got for me, Jake?
How do I get more ducks to come to me? If I go Monday.
You know what? I know a guy that I can set you up with that knows about ducks.
I think for ducks there's a trick, but you can Google it. I think there's a trick in it. I want to say it's not a very clean trick, but
you got to hold your tongue a certain way.
No, it might. Are you talking about duck hunting?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Okay. I grew up in Idaho, but there is a trick, and you need to Google it, and it may involve urine
Hey,
of some sort.
Sarah, he's
Yes.
totally teasing us because he's a duck hunter.
He's a duck hunter?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me there is a trick.
Okay.
My dad was a duck hunter.
Wait a minute. How about I end the recording? Just a second. All right.
Oh, my bad.
As we end on duck hunting, everyone, I hope you have a healthy week.